The journals I have chosen that I feel have represented or have been the most insightful to my overall experience in the classroom observations are week 8 and week 13. Going over the environment questions or aspect of the school, for both journals it was pretty much the same. There was no construction, there was no change to the school's environment, buildings or anything like that. They had the message board that would just change news or information on a weekly basis, but that was about it. That would change in the school's environment. Focusing on theme 2, students' behaviors in class, were they engaged or disengaged. On both journals, students would comment on other students. Sometimes they would say comments like, "You're dumb for getting a question wrong," or they would just blurt out things such as one student made a farting noise when another student passed by. Student who made the farting noise said, "Oof, she smelled," or a student cutting down with the class timer. At the end, he said, "Happy New Year." It just shows that their behavior. They would sometimes just blurt out things without really thinking twice about it. It was kind of funny, but not for the teacher. They would be engaged. Some students would individually, some students were whispering, or sometimes some students I would see they would shush other students, but there were usually the 2 to 3 same students that would get in trouble with the teacher and that would be sent out of the classroom. Going on to the teacher part of the observation, focus number 3. What I saw on both of these journals, on both of the observations, was that how the teacher was dressed. He was dressed casually, comfortably, how I interpreted it. He was dressed in polo shirt and khaki slacks, polo shirt and jeans. For the most part, he was always wearing a polo shirt and jeans. It showed me that he was comfortable going to school in that attire. He wanted to be comfortable in the classroom. The way he engaged with students, he usually he left students to work on their own. He would lecture, help them with the problem, work with them with 1 or 2 problems, and then set them to be free to work in groups. He would tell them, "You guys have roughly 15 minutes to finish this set of problems or to finish an exam or an assessment or so forth." But on both of these journals, on the week 8, I observed him lecturing. He would walk around the classroom, look at the students' work. On the week 13, he did "You guys have roughly 15 minutes to finish." He would remind them of the time. He also if a student gave like a witty comeback or like a response, he would also come back with a smart response. Kind of showed to me that he was comfortable giving a witty response back to students. He would like to mess around with them, but also would get them in trouble, sit them around the classroom to show them that he was being serious, not just fooling around and playing around with students. After collecting my observations from part A, I went to part B and I reflected on the data from the observation, and going on to students, I concluded that it was easy for students to talk to one another because they were in groups of 4. Students that would get kicked out of the class or sent back to the classroom. I thought what I concluded from the observation was that students got into trouble by Mr. X and sent out of the class or sent back to the classroom was because they were talking while Mr. X was talking or talking while taking an assessment. And then the teacher, staff, and administrator. The teacher usually wore the same outfit every day. His outfit's pretty comfortable but still presentable. Again, I observed and I concluded that he wanted to be in a comfortable environment, and he wore comfortable clothes to make it a comfortable environment for himself. He also had the times that I've gone to observe. Mr. X had the same routine. He lectured and did some problems with students. Usually after 3, he let the students complete the problems on their own but in groups. He would ask students, "Do you get it?" If a student said no, Mr. X would try to explain whatever the student was confused on. He was still there for the students, and he was trying to guide them to get the correct answer and concept for what he was teaching. And these are the journals that I've chosen for this more.